Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, back again with another really big update, and that is that I have pre-ordered the Yuneec Typhoon H again. And you're probably watching this video and you're like, dude, you canceled the Typhoon H pre-order. Why are you pre-ordering the Typhoon H again? Well, I want to explain a few things here, and like most of my videos, they're lengthy, and I try to be, a lot of people appreciate the in-depth aspect of the video, and some people say, hey man, why don't you just edit and get to the point? So I'm going to tell you why I made the decision to pre-order the Typhoon H after canceling the Typhoon H pre-order. So you can check out my other video to find out why I canceled it. At a high level, it was some information that fans shared with me, and I performed a search on the internet, and sure enough, it was enough to instill uncertainties within my mind. But the amount of attention that video received, it prompted comments from a lot of people, and I pieced them all together, and I'm like, you know what, this is weird, because it actually seems, and I may be wrong, again, until I've field tested a drone, I assume it's probably going to fail. But as a result of all the feedback from fans, there were people that supported my decision to cancel the pre-order. Like, dude, you know, DJI Phantom's where it's at. And I agree. The DJI Phantom platform is without a doubt the best drone on the market today. But with that said, I have not put my hands around the Typhoon H. Now, there's a lot of other drones out there that have attempted to compete with DJI Phantom. Parrot Bebop, 3DR Solo, AirDog, list goes on. And I admire their willingness to want to compete. But from a video and just an overall performance perspective, I don't think that many of you, including myself, would agree that it even came close. So with that being said, I feel that it's time for some true competition for the DJI Phantom. GoPro Karma, and this isn't speculation, GoPro Karma has apparently been delayed until the end of calendar year 2016. So hopefully that signals that GoPro Karma will have a spherical. That's a camera. If you haven't seen spherical, that's a funny word to say. SPHERICAL. Hopefully the GoPro Karma will have a spherical camera, and hopefully it'll be the big innovator when it comes to drone technology. To be seen. I'm kind of disappointed that it was delayed until the end of calendar year 2016. But with that said, maybe it's worth the wait. Now, what Typhoon H brings to the table, and again, this is all on paper because I haven't had my hands on a Typhoon H in the field yet. But I knew that on my channel, if I'm performing a YouTube search or searching Google and looking for written reviews with some photos and stuff, all that I'm doing at that point is assuming that what others have shared is accurate. And if you do a search for it now, you may run across a handful of videos, and if you know anything about video production, those videos are, you can see a lot of things that are going on, like they're using dollies and all kinds of stuff to film it. In other words, an expensive production. It's not just an average Joe Bob like IrixGuy going out in the field with a drone. I mean, there's been some money put behind that. So anytime I see those types of reviews, I question the authenticity of the review. So the only way to not question it is to jump into the pond and grab that Typhoon H and try it for myself. It is expensive. You know, like most all drones today, they're expensive. It's an expensive hobby, and it's something that is not for everyone. I mean, the technology is not there yet. You can check out my videos on the DJI Phantom 4, which at the time of posting this is my favorite drone on the market today. With that being said, check out my DJI Phantom 4 video, DJI Phantom 4 troubleshooting challenges encountered so far. You will see I have a sizable laundry list of troubleshooting challenges with the Phantom 4. No technology is perfect. And it's my expectation with the Typhoon H that I'll encounter a unique set of troubleshooting challenges as well. And those challenges for me are fun. They're fun because they add an element of entertainment value to the hobby. So, you know, I'm not just going out in the field and flying this drone where everything works 100%. I expect those troubleshooting challenges, and I embrace those troubleshooting challenges because they further enhance the amount of pleasure that I get from being part of this hobby of flying drones. So again, my fans got me back on board with the Typhoon H because I had canceled the pre-order, but now I've got it pre-ordered again, and I'm actually excited about it because I'm hoping that, you know, whatever my other fans, and they said, hey man, you know, you may want to check this out, blah, 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 and I did, and it was enough to scare me out of the pre-order initially. But then I got to thinking, you know, right now, I mean, I've got a drone that works great, a DJI Phantom 4. And for that matter, the DJI Phantom 3 Pro, there's not a lot of difference between it and the Phantom 4. I mean, they're both 4K 30. What I'm most curious about with the Typhoon H is the 4K 30 video quality. Is it as good or better than the Phantom 4 or the Phantom 3 Pro? Because that's going to be a requirement for me. If the video quality is not as good, that's going to be a deal breaker for me, because that's what I'm in this for. I do like with the Typhoon H how the landing gear goes up and you can spin that camera. Not to be confused with a 360-degree spherical camera, but the camera on the Typhoon H can be rotated in a 360-degree pattern. And then also somebody can grab a second controller, and I think that's an add-on that one would likely have to purchase for the Typhoon H, but apparently there can be a second person that's controlling the camera while the pilot is controlling the Typhoon H, the actual flight of it. So that's pretty cool. I do like, from what I've seen, what I've found so far on the internet, how the legs on the Typhoon H, how they lock, and then when you're going into transport mode, they all go down. So it seems to be, again, to be tested, but it seems to be a very small and lightweight travel setup. And that's important for me. That's why I hate the Inspire 1. The Inspire 1, it's too big, it's too heavy. I do not like the Inspire 1. But, I mean, you know, and the Typhoon H camera is modular. So that's another thing. I mean, what if a 360-degree spherical camera becomes an option in the future? It possibly could be a situation where it possibly could be attached and someone could possibly purchase only the spherical camera and not have to rebuy the drone. You know, again, speculation. What I don't like is the, even though I admire how the controller, it looks really nice on, again, all of it looks nice on paper because I haven't gotten my hands on the Typhoon H yet. But I like how it is just all integrated. You know, I don't have to bring my iPod Touch. I don't have to bring my short iOS cable. It's all integrated. What I dislike on paper is that it seems that the technology that's used for the FPV portion, the first-person view, it's likely not up to snuff when it comes to the competitor's technology, which is called Lightbridge. Not that that's necessarily an issue, because again, I fly line of sight to be safe and responsible. The only way around that would be if I'm out over open ocean and there's nothing around. You know, then I may be in a situation where I may want to test the range of that drone. But in real-world use, as a hobbyist, I have no need to exceed visual range, and I wouldn't. So, I mean, why is that an issue? Well, for me, the Lightbridge technology, even though I'm flying line of sight to be safe and responsible, the Lightbridge technology is present in the Phantom 3 Pro and the Phantom 4. It's a consistently quality FPV view. So ultimately, I'm not using that screen to fly. I'm using that screen to ensure, is my camera properly aligned? You know, do I have the object that I'm trying to capture a video of? Is it within the camera's field of view? That's all I care about. So if the Typhoon H, if the reliability of the FPV is good enough to do that, then for me, I'm going to be happy. The other thing I'm curious about, and I don't have the paperwork in front of me, but I think they call it, this is a camera remote right here, but they have a thing that's about maybe a little bit bigger than this, but I think they call it the magic wand. Correct me if I'm wrong. But on paper, that looks really cool because what it seems to be is a tool that the operator could use and potentially have a, instead of having the larger Typhoon H controller, they would have this wand that would enable, I would like to, from what I've seen on paper, maybe a Nintendo, if you've ever used a Nintendo Wii, that type of experience, that type of tactile experience, maybe something similar to that. So, you know, that's, now does that come with the Typhoon H? I've heard rumors that it likely comes with the pre-ordered one. I don't know. So, you know, when I get my Typhoon H, it'll be interesting to see if it's in there or not. But yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's fans like you and people that are watching my videos that, I mean, I'm not a fool. I'm not going to go out and buy into the latest marketing hype for whatever. But, you know, initially, again, it was enough to scare me out of the pre-order. It was enough because I did that search and, you know, people like to bash products. There's a huge camp of people that love to bash DJI. And there's a huge camp of people that love to bash the DJI competitors. But for me, I'm just that guy that goes out and fools with drones. So if I like it, I'm going to play with it. And for me, this Typhoon H, and I'm hoping it all comes together fine, I feel now that for me, the risk is worth the reward. I mean, when you're spending over $1,000 for something, I mean, that's, for most people, that's not a small chunk of change. So, you know, I've got to be somewhat confident that this drone is likely going to impress. And if it doesn't, I've got to have enough degree of confidence to where I can feel somewhat certain that I can likely sell it if I don't like it. You know, are there going to be enough people interested in this new drone platform to want to buy it if someone else is selling it? So, you know, if I absolutely hate the thing, so be it. You know, I can get out of it. I've got a platform that works, and that's the Phantom 4 or the Phantom 3 Pro. They both work well for me with 4K 30 frames per second video. A little bit of edge to the Phantom 4 because check out my testing video. I've not yet been able to get the landing gear, the Phantom 4, in the camera's field of view. And I was able to do that with the previous generation Phantom 3 Pro. Now, of course, with the Typhoon H, because of the way the landing gear lets up, one would assume that it would likely be impossible to get the landing gear within the camera's field of view. What I am concerned with the Typhoon H, and again, I haven't tested it yet. I haven't gotten mine yet. Hoping it gets here soon. But what about the propellers and or the motors? When that thing's flying, the Typhoon H, will those motors and or propellers be able to enter the camera's field of view? Now we know with the Phantom 4 that is possible. And the way to do it with the Phantom 4 is to go forward at a high rate of speed with the camera in its upwardmost position. How? Well, here's the best way I'm trying to say it. The Typhoon H has 6 propellers. Hexacopter. The DJI Phantom 4 and 3 have 4 propellers. Quadcopter. So is it more likely that one of those 6 propellers is going to enter the camera's field of view? Again, to be tested. Because with Phantom 4 or Phantom 3 Pro, you know, with the right, I mean, obviously I never fly with the camera all the way up because I know I will get the props unless I'm flying backwards. But if I want to avoid having the props and or prop guards enter the frame with the Phantom 4 or the Phantom 3 Pro, I'm proficient enough with flying that now that I can do it. So that's going to be something that I'm really going to test and test thoroughly with the Typhoon H. So these are just a few high-level points. I don't want to bore everyone. The main thing I want to do is build a little bit of excitement and let people know that, you know, I listened to your feedback and I canceled the pre-order initially because I was scared out of it. I was, and now I've been sucked back in. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of fun from that perspective because I honestly don't know what to expect. And like anything, If you watch my field test videos, you know I go to the field with extremely low expectations. I expect things to fail. I expect troubleshooting challenges. But let's see what the Typhoon H brings to the table. And check the link within this video's description. You can find where to order the Typhoon H online. And as more accessories hopefully become available for it, I will definitely feature links to those there as well. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm an independent channel, and it's viewers like you that help me to continue to grow. I appreciate your viewership, and y'all have a good day.